What's going on, fight fans, wrestling fans? Welcome to another edition, another episode, installment of Wrestling with MMA. I'm Mike Feldman, co-host Justin Farrar. What's up, Justin? How you feeling, brother?
How you doing, man? Good to see you again. It's a long time no see once again.
Don't tell them that. But yes, I don't know. We got no excuses because we were doing this before the holiday season. But we, like you said, keep the scruff. I was gonna shave, buzz a couple of things before this, episode, and you're like, you know what? We're busy, Dad. So here we are.
You're busy. I'm busy, like you said, trying to keep the lights on and the food on the table. And the holiday season's coming up, and my little man's birthday is Monday, so gotta work so much overtime to pay for his stuff.
And my little man's birthday is Sunday.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to provide the whole pizza party. My wife's like, "You got this?" I was like, "I got it."
I like it. December 4th, huh?
Might have to start an OnlyFans to cover the.
Oh man, I know. I don't think anybody's into the fat dudes, so.
Never know. You never know if your toes look good. So, but yeah, man. How was your Thanksgiving?
I worked, and then Friday we had a little get together with my aunt, and then Saturday after work again, my mom was able to join. So we didn't have the traditional Thanksgiving because my girlfriend went to her family's because I was at work, but I can't pass up that double and a half time. So it was good though. I got my turkey fill, and we got leftovers for a few weeks. So I'm gonna try to crush that and maybe gain a little bit more weight for the holidays.
The winter is rolling in thick in the Ferrara household.
Oh my God.
Brendan Schaub has a company called Thick Boy. I might have to get you a shirt for Christmas.
I saw that. Yeah, let's I think we should jump into it. I'm really excited for tonight's guest. Really excited for it. Pat Downey.
Woo!
Bellator rising superstar on the docket for tonight. Really pumped up about him. I think he's got a bright future. Like I said, he's got an amazing wrestling background. He's a 3-time state champ from Maryland. He was a high school national champ. Then he started training at the Olympic Training Center, and he was recruited by Jordan Burroughs, U.S. great, to go to Nebraska.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't, shame on you. But from Nebraska, he went to Iowa Central Community College, was a national champ there, and then he got the opportunity to wrestle Division I again at Iowa State, and took 5th at a whopping 197. So I'm pretty pumped to talk to him about his transition into MMA, and just to gauge his mindset, and just to get to know him a little bit. Just because I think he's a real interesting guy, and I like what he's got to offer.
To give some perspective, how great of a wrestler is Pat in mixed martial? Where does he compare to the top wrestlers that have transitioned into MMA?
So let me well, I wrote on a list. Sorry, I don't have the dual screen anymore, but Kyle Crutchmer, he beat him a few times. He is Kamar Usman. He wrestled him at the World Team Trials or Olympic Team Trials. So
how did that go?
He lost, but I mean, still he lost 2 periods to 1, but still you're wrestling at the highest level, and he had those super fights with Nick Rodriguez and Gordon Ryan, so he's challenging himself, trying to become better. And then I'm just going to rattle off a bunch of names. I'm sure you're not going to know. Maybe you'll probably know 2 of them, but Zahid Valencia, national champ from Arizona State, Aaron Brooks, Bo Nickel, Alex Duringer, Ethan Ramos, Nick Heflin, David Taylor, Gabe Dean, Tyler Godwell, Tyrell Todd, Hayden Zilmer was a world team member at heavyweight. so like 264, but he wrestled. Hayden Zilmer, I remember watching him at Fargo in the finals when he was an 84 pounder as like a 7th or 8th grader. But Quentin Wright, Chris Perry, and Drew Foster, those are named some wrestlers, but I think he's just a bad dude, and I think he's gonna rise real quick. And like we were talking before, he's he tapped a dude out. I think it was Nelson Keys. Yeah, tapped him out in 36 seconds. But he's doesn't look like he's really shooting for the stars immediately. He's I think he's feeling it out, but I don't know. We'll have to see when the old Lizard King gets on.
Yeah, I very much attract to his style, whether it's like on the exterior, the mullet. We got to get him the Pit Viper sponsorship out there. He's looking fantastic. Throwing the football to himself, pat to pat for the touchdown. It seems like he speaks from the heart. Like he doesn't seem choreographed when people interview him or when he gets behind the mic. I very much gravitate to people who just let it flow and aren't like politicians kind of holding stuff and kind of sticking to a script or something.
We have too
Uh,
many of those nowadays. So
exactly. For that reason, Pat is just um this hopefully we connect. There's always you never know. There's been times in the past where some guys are busy. This is just a couple of days out from a big fight for him, so hopefully he connects in just a few seconds here. But yeah, man, I'm extremely excited about this. As soon as you dropped the knowledge a couple of episodes ago about Pat Downey, I was full in, man. Everybody's learning and gravitating and worshiping Mr. Bo, but it's like we're over here, got our pom poms for Mr. Pat. Like, I love it, man.
yeah, and the thing with Pat is he didn't wrestle his full collegiate career. But if he was in I think the right setting, surrounded by the right people, he would have turned into, a superstar. 197, he's fighting at what, 180 something now. So,
Yep.
His weight, was that a cut for him? Did he struggle making the cut? Did he have outside factors contributing him to being 197? But yeah, it's real interesting and just to see how would he fared, but he took some time off and then wrestled in the freestyle circuit, doing those super matches or mixed matches with Greco-Roman for one period and then freestyle another period, against some pretty tough dudes. And that's real admirable or admirable is going against the best and learning and developing different tactics.
Yeah, you always you hear sometimes that the athletes at the elite level will not, I don't know, whether it's exposing themselves or putting themselves out there. Like I appreciate DK Metcalf trying to run for the Olympics, doing a 100-yard sprint. I appreciate Pat and Bo challenging themselves against Rodriguez or Gordon Ryan. It's like that takes a certain type of confidence. And man, I also think it's confidence too that he's not calling for the 85 champion or top 85ers, Johnny Eblin or Gegard Mousasi, that he's calling them out, trying to, maybe it's a headline, maybe he fully believes it, that he's trusting the process. He's trusting the process.
Yeah, I agree. I think and it's I don't know if I don't think it's a new world for him, but I mean he's getting paid to do it, so goes along with his training and how he's preparing. So it'd be fun to ask him. I know you got a bunch of questions for him, but it's real interesting, just like I said, see what Pat Downey's thinking.
Have you taken a look at Bellator 289 yet?
I haven't, but I'll go right
There's some
now.
wrestlers, man. There's some wrestlers. Danny Sabatello, who I believe is the headline. He's the mixed martial art version of Joe Pesci. It's
Oh
so
God.
funny. I have some insight about that commission in Mohegan Sun, Connecticut, where Pat and Danny Sabatello will be fighting December 9th, next Friday, for Bellator 289.
Oh, is that Patty the Batty? Is that him?
Do we got? What am I seeing? Are you talking about our Pat or
No.
Patty Pimlet?
Yeah.
I was like, because I was gonna say you are the real Patty the Bat. I was like, is he stealing my lines?
Oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through it now.
Yeah, Danny Sabatello got John McCarthy, Big John McCarthy, who's one of the most famed referees of all time, who's now transitioned into the broadcast side of things. Nope, Michael Fidel, who is one of Bellator PR, I believe is going to connect us with Mr. Pat Downey. Michael does a great job with Bellator, very excellent communicative skills, and I really appreciate Michael on Twitter. Mike, if you can hear us, I love you, brother. But
thank you very much. I got the passcode now. We should be joining shortly.
Amazing. How's everything going with you, brother?
All good. Can't complain. How are you guys?
We're feeling good, man. We can feel
Feeling good, excited.
Yeah, that's right. We've been trying to chase down Mr. Downey.
Oh yeah, we got it.
Very excited. We're setting the scene. Did a couple of minutes talking about how much we respect Mr. Downey's style, his work ethic, his background, and my man Justin is just laying out the resume for me. So it's just I didn't know he wrestled Kamaru Usman in the Olympic trials. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, the resume is deep for Pat, and I think that's him joining right now.
Oh, hey, that's a shout out to our sponsor, iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What the hell's going on here? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
We can just do audio if you're comfortable for it, but I know you're not shy with the camera.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get this motherfucker to work. Sorry.
No problem.
Man.
Take your time. Oh,
Hey, there he is.
There he is.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
How's it
I'm
going?
in the car. I'm out. I'm mobile right now. But is this good quality? Can we make it happen like this?
Perfect.
Perfection.
Perfect.
Yeah. 4K. Looks like Avatar 2.
Yeah, we really
Let's
appreciate
go.
you.
It's that new motherfucking iPhone, huh?
Well, let me set the scene here real quick. Guys, as promised, we're being joined by Mr. Pat Downey, one and all in the Bellator cage. He fights at Bellator 289 Friday, December 9th. Watch live and free on Bellator's MMA YouTube channel. Follow Pat on Twitter and Instagram at Pat Downey. First and foremost, Mr. Pat Downey, how you doing, brother?
What's up, fellas? Thanks for having me on, man. I'm doing well. Just finishing up the final touches. Most of the work's done before the fight is won. Some Sun Tzu shit there. But yeah, I'm just, maintaining the body, cutting weight, the whole shebang.
Awesome. Good to hear. Talk about right now, like how you're preparing. I know it's a different scene. I'm pretty heavy into wrestling myself, but how's the transition from wrestling, collegiate and then freestyle your entire life to actually getting into that cage?
Besides it being a different sport, besides us doing MMA now versus wrestling, it's pretty much like the damn same. Like, obviously MMA has a better aesthetic. They sell it more like not quite WWE style, but wrestling is just, they have no showmanship. There's no presentation. So that whole aspect of it, like us having this conversation, you're never going to go on the media before you're about to go wrestle.
Yeah.
So that's cool that more people care, I guess. And but at the end of the day, you're still cutting weight. You got to weigh in. You got to referee. You're in a circle, a cage. You're competing one-on-one. It's combat. There's a lot of similarities. So I feel like that's probably why I'm so comfortable jumping in. Not that I'm even taking on guys in the Bellator roster yet, but just, I don't think, you might have a couple. You had that era where like Pico and Ed Ruth and Tyrell Fortune, and there was a couple other ones.
Oh yeah.
Joey Davis and Gerard Trice. They had like that Fab Five signing where they kind of brought guys in that were top level wrestlers and gave them a good, whether you call it a signing bonus or a draw of their purse, but like took a chance, and it's kind of cool and humbling to be, part of that echelon, like that level. I have the accolades to back up why I'm fighting in Bellator.
Yeah, I think I mean it would have been me as a wrestling fan, really cool to see Aaron Pico compete at the collegiate level, but I know he's got a boxing background in general. But let's jump back to your college career. I know you were at the OTC for a little bit, and Jordan Burroughs sold you to Nebraska. Was that
Yeah, man, I was there. So I had to go. I never wrestled freestyle really. So they gave me an offer if I went to Fargo and did well, I'd get a bed. And I went there to Fargo and I won it. So
Yep.
I actually ended up being the only junior world medalist that year.
Silver, right?
The same year that Jordan Burroughs won the Olympics coming out of college. So that was pretty cool. Training with him, getting to be a part of the national team, like having a bed, to your point, at the Olympic Training Center. I'm with like Herbert, who was on the Olympic team, that Paulsons, Rovrat, I mean, all the Russians and Indians. I mean, I was a part of a great, group, even guys later like Kudakov and Bunches and like guys like that were all out there that, really took me as mentors. And yeah, like Burroughs, we had a great match and he got me in the end, but he was like, who the fuck is this cracker that I can't finish a for? Like, I'm a heavy lead leg. I'll give you one leg. I call it the impossible leg, Now I'm going to make you wrestle on that single. He's used to everybody. Like, he's being able to time people and fake them into presenting a lead leg, like kind of a double leg stance, like a squared stance.
Yeah,
when he draws a square stance. Yeah, but he only hits it when he draws a step. So he sets that double up very uniquely. And if you never fake or step and give him a constant single leg look, you're going to hit some wrestling positions with him. And I feel like that's where guys like David Taylor and some other guys were able to draw success. And I just think he had I was a young kid at that time, very raw. But JB was definitely the guy that got me to Nebraska. I mean, Coach Manning, Brian Snyder, everybody there was great. James Green, I had Dudley, Kokish, McCulley, Earl. I mean, we had a squad. But yeah, Burroughs, when you're getting recruited by the GOAT, I don't think you say no.
Yeah, I hear that. And with all those mentors, you ended up at Iowa State and All-American. Was me and Ike were talking about, you're at 197. Was that a cut for you? I know you're fighting a little bit lower right now, but did you struggle with the cut?
That's the terrible thing about it is, like, after Nebraska, I went to Iowa Central. I won a title at 197, but I was walking around at 205, 210. I was a trained 97 pounder. When I went to Iowa State, I had certified and I was cut in 84. So even when I'd wrestle at 97, I'd be weighing in the same day weigh-in an hour before, collegiate wrestling rules. I'm trained for 84, so I'm living at 190. So,
I hear that. Yeah.
Ain't the best at math, but on the contrary, I was quite undersized. I got bumped up to 197 the week of the Big 12 tournament because we had an automatic qualifier at our weight in 84. And he never did anything at NCAAs. And that was the year that Gabe Dean won it. And I was trained for 84 that year. And if you look what happened to, like 6-8 weeks later at the U.S. Open,
beat Gabe Dean.
I beat him right after he won his title. You know what I mean? Like I was definitely 184 pounder that year. And there was a bunch of injuries. And like I said, I came in middle of the season, transferring from Iowa Central. So I was also fulfilling my role as what Coach Kevin Jackson thought was best for the team. But I definitely disagree with that. I thought what was best for the team was to give a guy who was a potential champ his best shot at winning at the weight he was trained at. And I was at 84 pounds here. I was very undersized. Like, even the guy who beat me, I pinned Haught twice, and he was the All-American. He was the finalist the year after. But Brett Favre beat me in the quarters. And if you watch, a couple years later on the senior level, I beat him at 86 kilograms. Yeah, so when he comes down to our same weight at 86, I handled them. But
Different
when
story.
you're
Yeah.
you're a best of guy, when you're going against the best guys at giving up 10 to 15 pounds, and then you have an extra minute with a different rule set of riding time and holding, and you're not just throwing people around like you are in freestyle trying to earn exposure. It's all about control. That's why I believe NCAA wrestling is the best background for MMA.
Ooh, I like that. Gary or Ike's got a good one for you.
Oh wow, yeah, that's exactly what Joe Rogan says. I don't know. I'm not trying to be contrarian. Yeah, Joe Rogan says he's like if he was making an athlete like on a video game or something, he would pour the skill into wrestling more than anything else. And no offense,
Joe's a smart motherfucker. You should listen to him.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Wrestling equals control. Wrestling, if you're a better striker than me, then I decide we're going to the ground.
It's
If
true.
you're better on the ground and grappling than me, then I decide we're standing up. It's control factor.
That is okay. That is true. That is true.
All right, let's hear your argument.
I was gonna say that if you had a jujitsu guy with take a Gordon Ryan, I think he could flourish in MMA. Like somebody who has that wrestling mindset, somebody who who's grinder. You saw Islam.
If I fought Gordon Ryan, I would take him down and beat the shit out of him. Your submissions, you turn into a motherfucking purple belt when you start getting beat up.
That's true.
Oh my God, I love it. I fucking love.
Have you ever seen anybody? I'm from East Baltimore, Northeast Baltimore. We're fighting. I'm not getting somebody to fight me squared up one-on-one. They're pulling out knives. They're pulling out friends. If I start sliding on my ass, survival on the fucking street or the alley to engage, and I can't physically slam you on your neck like the shit I do. If I do that in the street, you're dead.
Well, that brings me to my next question. Again, we're being joined by Pat Downey at Pat Downey on Twitter and Instagram, fighting Bellator 289 Friday, December 9th. Watch live and free. Justin and I will be on the Bellator MMA's YouTube channel. Before I ask Pat about the Pat to Pat football toss, the amazing video, go check it out on his Instagram. Pat brought it up about a street fight, about jiu-jitsu guys kind of scooting forward. That's never going to happen. But I would say maybe it's a little dangerous for a wrestling guy to take down in the street. Well, what could work is striking. Pat, could you talk to us about your developing striking and how has it been adding it to your tool belt?
Right. And it's kind of by design. I was just talking to my father. He's like, they would love to go out there and see you strike. And they're like, you already know you can go take this dude down and beat him up and get a submit, So people want to see that. And it's kind of cool. I intentionally haven't even posted like clips of me hitting mitts. You know what I mean? Like probably the easiest part of my training, like sitting there, and I won't even show it because I just want everybody to think like my hands are non-existent. It's cool. But let's just say this. When I grew up, where I come from, I started judo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, all before wrestling. Oh, wow. Once I took to wrestling and I realized my wrestling was like the next level. And that just came because I always land on top. I can be fucking in a most peculiar situation and scenario and, better hips land on top. So that was what really gravitated the wrestling like niche. But yeah, I crack.
I love it. And then we were talking about earlier before you joined, a lot of people, I think, that I know of and I hear they compare you to Bo Nickel. Bo is, shooting out the gates, going for, the title right away. You fought Nelson Keys first and you got Christian Eichels now. What's your mindset or what's your goal, in this, in the end game? Well, what's the end game goal for you? Like, would you want to work your way up or, you want that title shot immediately or, do you want that, that Bo?
Well, it's a good question. It's a good question, right? Like, I'm not going to call somebody out in a different promotion. That comparison's fair just because we've been similar weights and like adversaries in the past. And he's, him and David are like the ultimate oppositions being the Penn State guys.
Yep.
Good wrestling pedigree. It's definitely a fair comparison. I also think that Bo's going to be extremely dominant in the UFC. He's not biting off more than he can chew. His wrestling is, there's nobody in the UFC that you can compare it to at any weight, let alone, I mean, did you see the fucking last title fight in the UFC? Adesanya and Pereira? I mean,
Yeah.
Bo would probably beat both of them guys right now, as would I. Just because they can't stop a takedown, we'll hold them down if we want to, which we would, and we'll beat the shit out of them and choke them out. It's just
Dude,
a
I
simple.
fucking love it. I love it. I'm sorry, Ike,
It's-
but geez, I
It's
love it.
literally that simple. It's literally that simple. So to think a guy like Bo or Hamzat can't go out right now and kill a Adesanya or a Pereira or whomever else, like it's kind of like, to me, it almost shows the lack of knowledge that, like, the lack, maybe not lack of knowledge, lack of respect, like on the actual pedigree of what it means to have certain accolades. Because there's high level wrestlers, but then you got a high level wrestler like Yoel Romero, who's never done folk style. He doesn't know how to take down, hold, ride, throw in legs, get to a kill. There's almost this NCAA wrestling allows you to be like this grappler, where you have the elite takedowns, you have the elite grappling, the holding, the control, and now you're able to find kills. So I love the comparison. I'm not gonna deny that. I mean, what fault is it is in being held to the highest standard? Guys that win the Hodge Trophy, guys that are Olympians, guys that are Olympic finalists. You know what I mean? Guys that are ranked in the world. Me being one of those guys. When we're talked about in the same breath, that doesn't bother me. I like that. Now to your next question about goals is I want to be the Bellator champion, but I'm not going to go out calling guys out with the Bellator belt while I'm in a developmental contract. What sense does that make?
Makes sense. Smart man.
Amazing. You gave us beautiful breakdowns of your goals, your wrestling credentials. But Pat, I want to know your thoughts about well, first let me show the audience. Here's Mr. Downey. Can you guys see this?
Oh shit, you're screen sharing. Oh my god, is this me at the park?
I closed all the naughty tabs, but yes, this
All
is
right, don't watch the first few. Everybody's like, why didn't you catch them? I'm like, you motherfuckers got the attention spans of goldfish. I literally start catching 40-yard dimes to myself.
it's coming up. It's coming, and I like you dealt with the adversity, the rip shoot. You actually accomplished the 40 right there with no shoes, and then you do it again.
40, that was a dime.
Here we go, and oh wait, no, it's the next one. It's the next one, and there it is. And I respect it, man. That's harder than I thought, and I tried it myself, so I want to get your thoughts. This is the last thing. I want to get your thoughts on my throw. Mr. Downey, thanks
Let me
for the
see your
interview.
tip.
This is for you.
Let's go. Bro, did you tag me in this? Did you tag me?
No, I didn't. This is the I didn't. It's on my phone.
Bro, you gotta post this shit, and we gotta get a tag going so I can like share it, and I'll call it a challenge.
I didn't realize how hard this was. I was like, I count the yards. I go, what the fuck did I sign up for?
Would you throw a 10-yard pass to yourself?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm fucking chucking 40-yard dimes.
You made it look so easy. I was like, I could easily do 30. So that was only a 20. But my man,
I'm telling you, I need better perspective. My father said I need to put it up on a tripod so you can see like the actual distance, and the angle doesn't do the pass justice, but it points the same, man. I can do anything.
Dude, wildly impressive. Again, Pat Downey, Twitter and Instagram, Bellator 289 next Friday, December 9th. Watch live and free on Bellator's MMA YouTube channel. Bo, we really appreciate the time, brother. Good luck and get the W.
Thanks, fellas. Good topping it.
Good luck, man. Appreciate you.
Later.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We're gonna.
All right, we're good. I got fucking. They got me lined up, man. I gotta get to the next one.
Yep. Jump out of
All
here.
right.
I'm
Take
gonna
care,
kick you
fellas.
out.
I'll talk. Keep in
It's the
touch.
only
luck to you.
kicking out I actually do on virtual. Obviously, you whoop my ass in person. Bye. Peace.
That's right. I'll play some Madden with you.
Dude.
Amazing. Here, let me pull up the side by side. All right, we got 7 minutes. Are you floating? Are you floating?
Dude, I would be floating, but you signed off and called him Bo.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, dude.
Wait, on the last? No way.
Yeah.
I said Pat Downey.
Lizard King, Pat Downey. I apologize for my my co-host here. You'll have to rough him up in person and virtually on Madden. Tease him,
God.
dude.
No way.
That's
No
okay.
way.
That's okay.
No way. When I said what, like before the bye, like the last bye?
Oh my God, dude. Well, you'll see it when you play it back.
Oh my God. We literally talked
anyways,
about that. Yes.
Dude, I think that I love just talking to him right there. I love Pat Downey more than I already did before. I mean, yeah, he's got like you said, he speaks his mind. He's a straight shooter. I love it. And that comparison to, yeah, you're gonna slide your ass on the ground and try to fight me. Come on, dude. Oh my, it just makes so much sense. So you and your MMA Avengers, I need to get on with you guys. I don't know who I'm gonna be. I'm probably gonna be, I don't know. I'm not an Avenger, but oh my God, man, I just love it. The whole mindset. Him I don't know. I can't even describe it. I just love it. I thought that was a great interview with Mr. Pat Downey.
Yeah, I'm apologizing to the Bellator PR guy. Saying sorry. What's your Venmo? Oh my gosh. That was cool, man. I was getting nervous there. It was like 2 minutes. It was like 7:17 on the East Coast. And I was like, all right. Where's he going? Where is he? But he's got a lot of media obligations. I'm happy that he could fit into his thick schedule wrestling with MMA. Whew,
So
that was fun.
Yeah, that's you got to tag that. You got to tag him in your football post.
Or
You
not.
He's like, was that 10 yards?
He's like,
Yeah,
he's
that's,
not tag me. Then he saw me throw. He go, I got an interview coming up after.
Yeah, that's funny. Give me a prediction. What do you think Mr. Downey does?
I think we're on the same side of the victory. If we're going prop bets, like what round? And I'm saying first round TKO.
All right. I like first round, probably submission.
Ooh, so I didn't know he started. He said jujitsu, judo,
Oh yeah,
karate, something.
I didn't know that either. That's pretty cool. Well-rounded.
Wow.
Just his mindset, man. His whole mindset into this profession. I love it. Developing. He's learning the sport. Like you said, it's not much different. He's wrestled at the highest stage. He's had light shining on him, all that good stuff, but it makes sense. He's learning the game, and he's not going to call out somebody right now, but him talking about Bo Nichols wrestling that nobody in the UFC.
Dude, what a question, by the way.
Dude, I don't know. I try. I was preparing.
We should get shirts or motto. I try.
I try. But no, that brings us to another point. The pedigree that Penn State wrestling. As Bo Nichols said, we come here to win championships. I really, and Pat's just I think genuine about that. Like the comparison, he loves it. Bo gets a lot of notoriety of his wrestling accolades, but again, Pat didn't have the chance to finish out, and I'm sure he would have done pretty well if, like you were saying, at 184. He beat Gabe Dean a few months later. He was a national champ.
Yeah, a couple of those, it was like in my head, I was thinking of a question like, man, things just barely like missed, like completely lining up and clicking that could have opened crazy doors that led to crazy opportunity. And that's I feel it, man. Like his personality, obviously the skill set, obviously, it's perfect for MMA where, like he said, like it didn't have to do an interview before a wrestling match. It's like, and who doesn't want to hear this guy talk? Like,
Dude, I love it. Like that just gave me goosebumps and fired me up. Just I hope the MMA Avengers comment on this. At least subscribe to it, guys. At least subscribe. You know, we're looking for those extra guys.
Oh, we're not looking for beef. We're looking for subscriptions.
We gotta get Pat Downey some Pit Vipers. We gotta reach out to our connection.
I think you have a connection. I was just gonna say.
We gotta reach out to Mr. Manramp, and see if we can get him some PVs.
100 PVs. I love it, man.
PVs.
He will be laying the PVC next 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 Friday. Definitely checking the adults only for this episode. But yeah, that I love it, man. He's cool. He seems like he was like somebody that just one of the boys, one of the guys, like not
For
stuck
sure.
up. Oh man. Very very happy.
Just by talking to him, like you can tell he's got a lot of passion for what he does, you know. I mean, you can tell it in his voice too. You know, he's so like he breaks things down. You know, the mentors, the things that he's seen, and the people that he's trained with.
What did I say? He would gravitate to you, man. It's like the knowledge that you were dropping. He's like, man, who's this guy? He's like, oh,
well, it's easy with wrestling for me. I can't talk about striking again. You know, like you said, if he wanted to take you down to the ground, like that's where the fight's going. Like he can hold you there. I think the knowledge.
Think of a counter argument now.
Yeah, think about it. Have your crew do it too. But I think if we're having a conversation about strike, I mean, I can't strike. I can strike at the back of your head when I got legs in from top, but other than that, like I don't know how to box. So I agree, and like a familiarity with it.
I don't know if you could catch it when I was like shifting gears from the you're schooling me on my argument to how are your striking skills. He mentioned the first thing he said, like, dude, I'm from Baltimore. Like, meaning like, dude, we've scrapped his hands. I picked that up right away. I was like, this guy, I love him. I love it. Oh, I think we got about 30 seconds here.
Well, I think it was a great episode. I know Christmas is coming up. You got little man's birthday. I got my little man's birthday coming up. So it's I think until next time, my man.